Alright, so today I am doing a seed sprout tea for both of my tents. And what I'm doing is mung beans right here and corn. So corn is good for zinc, magnesium, iron, vitamin A, vitamin C, and selenium. And your mung beans is good for your phosphorus and your potassium. So this is actually perfect for your flowering, which I'm actually in right now. This is good all around. It does have phosphorus, but not nearly as much as mung beans. So this has a little bit of everything from your iron to your zinc to your magnesium, so there shouldn't really be any deficiencies in any part of your growth phase, whereas this one should only be used for your flowering, because that's where we're getting our potassium and our phosphorus from. So I'm just shaking this up because inside here I have a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. So what this does is add a little more aeration here, which should help the seeds sprout a little faster. So I'm using more corn than mung beans because the mung beans, if I'm not mistaken, are pretty potent with potassium and phosphorus, and since this already has phosphates in there, I don't want to go too crazy. So it's going to be more for the corn than it would be for the mung beans. So literally all I did was fill this up with distilled water and added a cap of peroxide in here. Give it a nice good shake, and you'll see there's some tiny little bubbles in there, and that's what the peroxide is used for, just to kind of help aerate these and get them a little bit get them to seed faster. What I have here is a big old bag of organic mung beans, about 2.5 pounds, and 5 pounds of organic popping corn. And once a week, I just fill these up, let these sit in a dark, warm area. In this case, I'm going to put these in my room because I do have a warm mat where I put all of my new seeds. And in about a day or so, these will be sprouted, have a nice sized tail in there, and then we will be able to blitz them up. Alright, so now we're back 2 days later, I believe, and as you can see, the tails on the mung beans are sprouted. So this is going to be the highest enzymatic count you're going to get. So this is exactly where we want our tails to be. Not so much on the corn, but the corn kind of adds a little bit of a little zinc and magnesium to it. So while you really want the tails on these to grow, I'm not sure how long these take because it's only my second time doing it. I'm more concerned with the mung bean sprouting because this is what's high in potassium, and phosphorus. So next, I'm going to blend these up. And this right here is about 2 hours after bubbling everything together. I did pop the bubbles a little bit because it was overflowing, but this is what 2 hours of that looks like. There's some inoculant in here. There is some terpene booster and the seed mixture with a little bit of aloe vera powder. And that's pretty much about it. I'll probably pH this down to about 6.4, 6.2. That's where everything kind of works best, and put them on my plants. Alright, so what I got here is my seed sprout tea. Just started using this. This one has mung beans and popping corn in there. Both are organic. I let them go for about 2 days with a little bit of peroxide and water to kind of help aerate them and get the tails, is what we're looking for. The tails are just the sprouted version of them. That's when they're at their strongest enzymatic count. So this is just pretty much what it looks like with aloe vera powder, inoculant, and a terpene booster. I'm adding the terpene booster in because now I'm in flower, so there is definitely a need to get the phosphorus and potassium up, as well as making sure I get the smells to go up, because I really want these to be nice and smelly. That's pretty much the whole intent, to get them as big, to get them as fragrant and as flavorful as possible, while doing it as organic as possible. And that's where this seed sprout tea comes in, because everything in here with the exception of the terpene booster. I know it's 100% organic. The terpene booster itself has botanical items in there that should help. Not should help, sorry, that should be organic, but I'm not 100% sure. Everything else here is, in fact, 100% organic. So I'll let that sit, have a little runoff, because this is a very great aerated pot, so I will have some runoff in here because I'm pouring directly in and not spraying it. But overall, pretty happy with the results that this tea's been giving me for the past 3 weeks.